In the previous lecture, we learned about images. In this lecture, we're going to learn about tables. HTML tables are used to display data, which gives you the flexibility to identify certain values that are in relation to some type of data. Now, I will cover the very basics such as table heading cell, table body, table row, and table cells. So let's create a simple table that will contain ID numbers, first names, and last names as data. Define a table tag here. Okay, within the table, we're going to write a table heading, a table head, and just type T head. Okay, within the T head or the table head, we're going to define a table row. Okay, now within the table row, we're going to define a table heading cell, type TH. So we have first, as we've said before, that, or if I had said before, that we're going to do ID. We're going to do some ID numbers. So we're going to write ID, pound sign, and ID. And then we're going to write another table heading the same way, TH. And then we're going to type first name. And do the same thing, add the same element. And we're going to type last name. Okay. Now, right after the T head or the table head tag, we're going to open the table body tag and just type T body. Okay. And within the T body, we're going to define another table row. And within the table row, we're going to define three items or three elements, which are the table data. Okay, so TD. And on the first element as text, we're gonna type 1. And then on the second element, which is the same element, we're going to type John. And on the last one, it's gonna be the last name, Doe. Okay, so we're gonna create two more table rows like this. So I'm just gonna copy, okay, the whole table row, copy, and paste it right under the table, right under the table row closing tag. Okay, so I'm just gonna paste it one more time, and on this one I'm gonna change the number to 2, and I'm gonna say that one is gonna be Lincoln White as last name. And then the last one here, I'm gonna change it to 3. And on this one, I'm gonna say Kim. It's gonna be what? Johnson. Johnson. Yeah, Johnson. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we have 3 datas here. Okay, 3 results, if you wanna call it that way. So let's just save it like it is, and let's see. Okay, there it is. There's our table. It does not look good, right? Does not look good at all. So what we're gonna do next we're gonna add some styles to it, and for that, we're gonna create an internal CSS style sheet so we can make it look like at least a common data table. So we're gonna add the style tag um, right in the head section or within the head tag, okay? And I'm gonna add an attribute to the style tag. That's gonna be the type. And as a value, I'm gonna type text, backslash, and CSS, okay? Now, we're gonna call the table element, which is this here. So just type table. We're gonna add a width and add 80% to it. And then we're going to call the table, the th, which is the table head, and then we're gonna call the table d, which is the table data. So 3 elements, um, th, then td. Okay. Now we're gonna add a border, and we're gonna add 1 pixel, solid, and blue. Next, we're gonna add a padding of 8 pixels. Next, we have the text align left. We're gonna align the text to the left side. And the last one is gonna be border collapse. And its value is gonna be collapse. Okay, save it, and it should look a lot better. There it is. It looks better. Now I'm gonna explain what this means. This whole thing, it's a table, okay? It's a table. Then we have the table head, which is this right here. And then within the table head, we defined a table row that holds 3 items or 3 elements. Those elements are the table heading cells or table heading, okay? Which is the ID holds the first name and the last name, okay? Next, we have the T body, okay, which is the table body, which is this right here. Within the T body, we defined another table row, and the first row is basically a table row. The second row is basically the second row, and the third one, well, the third row, the third table row. Now, on the first table row, we defined 3 table datas or 3 table cells, and we add the text of 1 for the ID, and then on the second table data, we added the name, and on the last one, we added Doe as last name. Now, let me tell you this, that the T-body holds or wraps the whole data, okay? And the table row, it is used in both the table head, and in the table body. Well, that is it for this lecture. In the next lecture, we're going to look at web lists.